Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in yesterday's video I showed you guys how you can just glue pages together in a composition book to alter it, or you can tear pages out and then glue them together. So today we're going to start covering, and I had originally thought I was going to cover both of them on the same day and all that. No, that's just too much. So today we're going to work on this one here, and this is the one where I just simply glued the pages together. And this is going to be my cover. And so I need to, it's going to be my front and my back. So what I need to do is cut this in half. So I am just going to cut this at 6 inches. And then I need to see how long I want to make it. So I do want it to wrap just a little bit. And I'm just looking right here at this black line, and it shows 6.5, so let's cut it at 7. So I think we can cut them both at 7, so let's go ahead and do them both at one time. So we're cutting them both at 7, and that should give us a little bit to wrap. Hopefully I've done my measurements correctly, but guys, y'all know how I am. Alright, let's just see. I think I did. Okay, so I am actually going to use some score tape and Fabri-Tac to put this on. I'm just trying to get my score tape started. Let me put my glasses down. I have my contacts in, but guys, y'all know how that is. So I'm going to go right along that bottom edge as close as I possibly can. And so these little books that you see here, you can buy the half-size composition books at Walmart. My Walmart does not carry them in the store most of the time. So you would have to order them. They're not a bad price. They're like 10 for $5 or something. But I had these, and I was wanting to show how to do where you can leave all the paper or where you glue it in. And so I just cut one in half. Okay, so right here I want to go as close to that black as I can, but I don't want to get on the black, if at all possible. And we will come through and we will probably put a border on top of it. And then I'm just going to put a couple pieces right here, like that. Okay. Then I just want to make sure that it's all mashed down in there good. And here's my pokey tool. Let me get my glue ready. Alright, so now I'm just going to peel the backing off of the score tape, or attempt to. And I always end up sticking myself down. Always. It's just one of them things with me. It's going to happen. So far, so good. Okay. And so I do like to use Fabri-Tac, even though I'm using that score tape. I just feel like it gives me a little bit added security. Okay. So there's that. And now I want to line this up to where I have a little bit on the top and the bottom. And I'm going to line it up as close as I can to that black line. And there we go. And that's looking for, well, guys, I was like way off, but it's okay. It's a good thing that it's going to be okay, because I was majorly off. All right, so now what I need to do is find my scissors, and I just want to cut like a little angle right here, and a little angle right here. I cannot believe I was off that much. Wow. All right. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to use score tape, and I'm just going to go right here on this flap and put some score tape down. And this flap. And on this flap. Yeah, there's no way I could have done two of them in one video. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, so let's make sure we've got that down good. And then I'm just going to take this and kind of go right here, kind of go ahead and get it ready to be folded. And then I just kind of go ahead and fold it and get it ready. I just like to do that, just to, I don't know, it makes me feel a little better. Okay, so now let's glue this down. So I'm just going to start at the bottom down here, and I'm going to peel that off. And again, I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac. And then just fold that over. And burnish it down real good. Then I'm going to go to the top. And I'm going to do the same thing. Fold that over. And then burnish it down. Okay, and now we can do this end piece here. Okay, and then same thing. Fold it over, burnish it down. Oh, that's cute. Look how cute that's looking. And don't worry about it not being rounded corners yet. We'll get to that. So now we need to do the same thing for the back. And let's see, how is our back going to go? I'm trying to make sure that there's no sticky that's going to stick to the front page, because I've been known to do that. Okay, we'll deal with it. So the back is going to go like this. Okay, that'll work. Let's put some score tape down here. We're just repeating the same process, and like I said, normally I would speed this part up since you've already seen me do it, but I've had people request that I not do that, so I'm not going to. I am going to leave it. And y'all can just suffer with me trying to get this done. I mean, like I said, they're not hard to do at all. They just, sometimes they can take a little bit of time, especially since I cut this one, you know, maybe that's why it's, I don't know. No, you know. Maybe it's just me being me. That's probably the truth of the matter. Alright, I'm going to cut this little bit off right here. And then I want to just make sure my tape is on good. do the same thing. Just repeating the process all over again. Okay, let's see. Hopefully you guys can see. There we go. Now let's put some Fabri-Tac down. Alright, and I want to make sure I've got this going the right direction. So it's up and this is up. Now let's see if we can do this again. But get it more even on the top and bottom. I don't know. It's down there either way. So we're going to see. That was a little better. Alright, let's cut this just a little bit. And let's do our score tape on here. I love using these little Ultra Composition notebooks. I literally use them every day. I use them for all different stuff. I have one for work, I have one for church, I have one that I use as a planner, one that I use as a journal, because they're cheap to do. And I just always, and I keep several on hand for whenever I, finish one, I can just grab another one. Because they're so fun and so easy. I could have had that a little longer if I'd wanted to. Alright, so just burnishing it down just to make sure that it folds good. Now let's do the same thing. Alright, so now we need to glue this down. And then glue this one here. Alright, and one more little piece. And then we'll have to figure out what we want to put on the inside. Because we don't want to see all that writing. We want something cute. Okay, now that we've got that, trying to get that excess glue off because y'all know I'm bad about gluing everything down. Look how cute it is already looking. Alright, so what do we want to put right in there to cover it? Let's see. I think we might want to go something like that. So we want it to be, let me look. Okay, so it is 4 7/8 by 7 1/4. Alright, so let's cut this at 4 7/8. We really don't need it quite 4 7/8, but I'm going to go I'm going to go a 1/16 shorter than that. And then we said 7 1/4, I believe is what I said. We'll find out. Alright, let's see. And then if that works, we'll have to cut another one like that. Is that going to work? I think so. All right, let's round the corners on this. And you could ink it. I have like pink ink that I could use, but I don't think I'm going to ink anything in this one. Let's see how this is going to look. I think that's going to work good, so let's just go ahead and glue it straight on down. I'm not even going to worry with the tape. I'm just gluing it down. There we go. I like it. And then for here, to cover that, we'll put something there later. That is cute. All right, let's do one more for the back. And so I've done it the 1/16 below 4 7/8, and then 7 1/4. All right, let's see if we've done it again. Let's see. Moment of truth. Ooh, yes, we did. All right, let's round the corners again. And I want the corners rounded because, you know, they're rounded on the composition book. Perfect, if I say so myself. Okay, so now we're just going to glue this down. Making sure you get your corners, your edges, that kind of stuff. And then just going to set it on there, just like that. That looks really good. Okay, so now, man, I like that. Now I want to put some tabs in here, and I'm just wondering, okay, let's put some tabs in, some tab dividers, and let's go with, what do we have? Let me see, I'm just looking. Let's go with maybe a sheet of this. So we know 4 7/8. It should be about the same size, but let's just make sure. 7 1/4. Yeah, that should work. All right, so we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do just a little bit shy of 4 7/8. And let me go ahead and cut that second piece. Okay, and then we need to cut them at 7 1/4 because these will be our tab dividers in our little book. Oh, well, this will be one set. And if I got everything right, we'll do another one. All right, so let's see. And I don't have any rhyme or reason as to where I put it. I just kind of guess. Let's see how this will fit in here. Is that going to work? I think it is. I think that's going to work just fine. Yep. Okay, so let's glue this down. And so I want to make sure I get it good and glued. And you could use your score tape or anything like that, but I just want to, I'm just going to use my Fabri-Tac. And I'm just trying to line it up as best as I possibly can. And then looking at it and just making sure. And I think I got it lined up pretty good. So now we're going to do this next side here. And the biggest thing you want to do if you have paper like I do that is directional, make sure that they're both facing up. And so what I'm doing is just putting it down in there. Then I'm just going to line it up with that other sheet. That's the easiest way for me to make sure I've got it lined up. Okay, and see that corner, but that corner will be rounded later, so it's not a big deal. And we'll put some tabs on it. I think that's going to be cute. We'll trim it up too, because I can see that I've got it kind of twisted. But we'll get all of that trimmed up. So we need, let's put a couple more dividers in there. Let's see what else we have. Let's see here. Let's go with, so that one's a green. Let's go with that one, and then we need one more. Let's do this one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these pages where I need to cut them. And so they need to be just shy of 4 7/8. So I need 2 sheets of that. And same thing here. One more, and then we'll cut it at the 7 1/4. And don't throw those away because we will use them. Those can turn into our pockets and tucks and that kind of stuff. So now we want 7 1/4 and 7 1/4. And we've got plenty of paper there to use for pockets and tucks. Alright, so let's just kind of maybe I'm going to go ahead and do the back one first, I think. And so let's do the back one a green. So if we have this here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we can split the difference to put the middle one. And if you really want to, you can count the pages and make sure you have exactly spaced. I don't care. It don't bother me, so I'm not going to. And then a lot of times I'll just turn my book to where I am the most comfortable working with it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just turning the book all kinds of different directions. And I apologize if there's shadows, but I'm still trying to figure this out in this craft studio. I don't know what the deal is. And then I'm just going to take this and line it up with that other piece of cardstock. And it's just like that. So cute. And don't worry about that. We'll get that taken care of. And so now what I want to do is just kind of split the difference right here and put this one in here. And then we're just going to do the same thing. And I'm just going to do exactly what I did a while ago. Just going to put it in there, line it up, and bring that page forward. I'm feeling pretty good. And now I just need to do the same thing on this other piece. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we'll start adding pockets and tucks and embellishments and stuff like that. So today was mainly just getting it covered the way that we wanted to. Alright, so now we just need to let that dry for a bit. Okay, and so what you can do, if the length is an issue, you can you can get your craft knife, wherever mine is. I just had it. There's no telling. I will find it. And I probably will do that off camera because I have to find the craft knife. But all you do is just go in and just, oh, there it is. I'm just going to hold my ruler against the edge of my page there. And I'm just going to go in with my craft knife and very gently just go right there with my ruler. And there we go. So now that's trimmed back up. And now for your corners, you can take your 1/2 inch corner tromper, and that will round your corners. And so everything will look uniform. Let's do one more. Oh, and then we got the back. And I will be putting washi tape on the edges of my papers, I'm sure. So I'm not worried about that. Look how cute, guys. It's already looking adorable. So tomorrow we will, and I can see that still. So let's do this. Hang on, guys. I saw that it's still not quite even. So we're going on the back side and we're going to do the exact same thing. Just get that evened up. There we go. That's better. All right, so tomorrow we will work on decorating it and adding in our some pockets and covering up, you know, the white spaces. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. So stick around, guys.